Welcome to practice. My name's Donna Cavanough, and we're going to begin standing. What a lovely thing to be able to do with your feet hip width and parallel, and feeling the floor underneath your feet, and letting yourself lift, making space in the front body, and feeling anchored, steadfast standing. We're going to tip the right ear to the right shoulder. And the more you let your head just be heavy, then the more you'll feel the stretch in the side of your neck rather than your shoulder. You could press your left fingertip down and taking some nice deep breaths there. And then gently lifting your head, and we'll go to the other side, left ear, left shoulder, and just be relaxed with your shoulders relaxed. And as you start to relax your head more, stretching your neck, you can add to it if you like, and press the right fingertip down. And back up to center. Nice. Let's just turn head to the right, looking over your right shoulder, gently turning your head to the left, looking over your left shoulder, and back to center. Nice work. We're going to roll the spine down, just whatever your range of movement is, and rolling up. And the knees are a little bit bent. And when you roll up, we'll take the arms up and look up, and then rolling down. And rolling up. Nice big breath in. And one more, rolling forward, exhaling. And rolling up. Nice work. And the knees a little. And we're going to be moving at the hip crease, and we're going to draw a big circle with the top of the head, like you're drawing yourself a halo. The knees are a little bit bent, and we're moving around the pelvis, the hips, and the sacrum. And just let the spine follow. And the other direction. Can be as subtle or as extravagant a movement as feels good. Back to center. Nice work. Pick up onto the ball of your right foot and draw a circle around the ball of the foot. I'm trying to massage those little joints in the toes, ball of the foot, the ankle, and then the other direction. You start to wake up the connection. 2 feet. Beautiful. And then the other side. Left foot now. So the ball of the foot stays connected to the floor, albeit the weight shifts. And then the other direction. Lovely. And then we're going to try and do both feet together. So lifting up onto the balls of the feet and draw the circle with the knees. And just let your upper body or stance follow or counterbalance. We don't get such a workout for the little joints, but that challenge of balancing really keeps us on our toes, literally. Other direction. And then both feet on the floor and find your Tadasana again. You're steadfast standing. Let yourself lift. Ah, be spacious across the lungs and heart, rolling the upper arms out. Enjoying each breath. Mm. Okay, we're going to put all those movements together now. So we're going to take the arms up, and then you're going to bend your knees, and you're going to bend forward, reach the arms behind you, or beside you and behind you. Good. And then when you lift up, we're going to lift up onto the balls of the feet. Whoa. And we're going to put these together with the breath. Inhaling to lift up and exhaling to reach down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And you're going to do that in your own time now, just in a rhythm that feels like it's yours. One more. Ah, beautiful. So nice and floppy. Okay, a little bit of balancing. Don't need anything on your mat. We're going to stand facing the long edge of the mat and jump your feet out to your own leg length distance. Turn your toes in and your heels out. We're going to press the outside edge of the feet and lift the inner arches of your feet. So it might feel like you're pressing the knees, the inside edges of your knees away from each other. We'll lift the front of the thighs, the front of the hips, the belly, the breastbone, and looking up. Ooh, beautiful. Bringing the hands onto the floor under the shoulders. If you're not reaching the floor, put your hands on your leg. Lifting kneecaps and looking forward. Good. And then we're going to bend one leg and straighten the other. Bend and straighten. Good. Letting the hips sway from side to side. Finding your flow of breath. Notice where you can stretch, where that feels good, where it might feel resistant. Be kind. Okay. Lifting up, and we're going to turn the right foot out at 90 degrees. And we'll come into Trikonasana, arms reaching out from your heart. Right hand reaches towards your right leg and left arm. Let's try and roll back the left hip and the left rib and shine the heart upward. Lifting kneecap, quadricep. So your legs are strong. Spine is lengthening. Beautiful. Lifting up. We're going to bring the hands in front of the heart. And you're going to step your left foot in so that we can balance on the right foot for Ardha Chandrasana. So see if you can be balanced on your right foot, and your right foot is parallel to the edges of the mat, and your left leg is behind you, and you can put your tiptoes on the floor if you need to, otherwise you're lifting. Good. And then can we bring the left hip back and the left ribs back? Beautiful. And you might have to land your foot down a few times, see how your balance goes. You can have your hands in front of your heart, or you can reach your arms out straight from the heart, like an airplane. Whoa. Just checking out your balance. Good. And then coming up. My balance is terrible on that side. All right. Let's take the left foot out at 90 degrees, the right foot in about 30 for Trikonasana. So we'll take the left ribs, lengthen them over your left leg, and arms, left arm down onto your left leg, right arm up, triangle pose. Okay, rolling the right hip back, the right rib back, opening the heart. And as you find your flow of breath, lengthening legs, lengthening. Ooh. And then inhale and coming up. Nice work. Bring your hands in front of your heart. And now we're going to be balancing on the left foot, and we want to pick up the right foot behind. And you might need to find your tiptoes on the floor, or like me, be balancing on your foot and then landing back on your right leg. So finding your balance, lifting the right hip, lifting the right ribs, rolling them back, heart shining outward, even upward. Okay, try your hands either at your hips, at your heart, or even like an aeroplane. Whoa. You can even reach, if you have your balance, your torso parallel to the floor. Whoa. And then coming back up, and we're going to jump the feet back to hip width parallel. Okay, let's jump the feet out now to a wider distance than your leg. Turn your right out at 90 degrees. And we're going to bend the right knee for warrior two. Lift the arms from the shoulders. And you might notice my torso leans over the bent leg. It leans to the right. I want you to reach back through your left arm, left ribs reaching back. In fact, turn your whole torso to the left so that your torso is perpendicular to the floor. The right leg as bent as you can. Roll the right knee back to the little toe side of the foot and lift the pelvic floor. Ooh. And turn your head now, just your head, to look over your right hand. Feeling the flow of breath. Getting deeper now as you need more oxygen. I do. Beautiful. Let's take the right elbow to the right knee and the left arm by the left ear. Ooh, and we're really going to reach the left side of the body and roll the left ribs back, the left hip back. All right, we're going to get tricky now. Take the hands down onto the floor. And we're going to turn the body to face the short end of the mat towards the right foot. So we're turning towards the right foot. Turn your left toes around. So we're still bent in the front leg. And we're going to bring the hips square to the short end of the mat and to the floor. Good. And then we're going to try for Virabhadrasana 3, which is to balance on the front leg and lift the back leg up. Walk your hands so they're on the floor under your shoulders. Lift the left leg nice and high. Keep the hips level to the floor. Finding that deep breath. Good. If you have your balance here, we're going to take the arms up beside the torso, palms up, look forward. Hands back down onto the floor. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Turn to face towards the long edge of your mat, so turn your right toes in. We're going to take a forward bend here. Have the toes turned in and the heels out. Lift the kneecaps, lift the sit bones, and walk your hands as far from your torso as you can, and opening the chest towards the floor. The ears lining up with the arms. Make space for your neck, space for the breath, strong legs. And try not to grip your toes, but feel the floor. Beautiful. Slide your hands back in. We're going to lift up. And then we'll do the second side. We're going to turn the left toes out at 90 degrees. Your right toes are turned in about 30 degrees. Bend your left leg. Warrior two. We're going to turn the whole torso to look back over the right side. Ooh, and then just your head to look left. The arms are reaching. The left leg is bent. Feel the pelvic floor supporting the lower front abdomen lifting, and feel the flow of your breath. Feeling strong. Nice work. Let's take the left elbow to the left knee, and we'll bring the right arm by the right ear. Rolling the right hip back, the right rib back. Letting the left leg be as deeply bent as your body can. And holding your feeling of support, connection to your breath. All right, we're getting tricky now. We're going to take the hands down onto the floor on the big toe side of your left foot. And we're going to turn the whole body, the right toes, to face the short end of your mat. So we're facing to the left side this time. For Virabhadrasana 3, we're going to try and balance on that left leg and lift the right leg up behind. Now you can have your hands on the floor here. We've got the hips level to the floor. Beautiful. If you really have your balance, try taking your fingers a little bit off the floor. Maybe even lifting the arms up by your sides, palms up, looking forward. Nice work. And then we're going to reach the right foot back to the back of the mat. Turn to face the long edge of your mat again. Good. We're going to turn the toes out this time and then bend and straighten leg to leg. So the hips are shifting from side to side. Your hands are on the floor under your shoulders. Beautiful. Turn the toes to the center. So toes face in, heels face out, hands under your shoulders. Make a back bend, feeling the flow of breath. And we're going to keep the back bend feeling. Walk the hands further forward as far as you can. Keep the shoulders wide. The feeling of the bones of the spine embedding forward. Kneecaps lifting, quadriceps lifting, sit bones lifting. Beautiful. Walking your hands back in. And we're going to roll up and jump the feet back to hip width, finding your Tadasana, your steadfast standing, making space for your shoulders. Feeling the lift in your body and your consciousness of the floor, the support, the earth, the reaching for the sky. Beautiful. We're going to stand on the left leg and lift the right leg. Now, different stages of balance. So one is just being able to stand on your left leg and you might have your tiptoes on the floor. Maybe you can do this with your eyes closed. Or maybe you can take your leg up higher. Now, if you can hold your knee, or hold your foot. Good, and we're going to try and take the knee out to the side, so the right knee out to the right side. Challenging your balance. Every time you catch yourself, improving reflex. Good. We're going to release that side. Second side, so might be tiptoes on the floor, could be holding your knee, could be holding your foot. We want to take the foot out to the left side. Nice work. Releasing. All right, we're going to stretch the back of the legs now in forward bend. I'm just turning this way so you can see, but we'll take the forward bend so that the bones of the spine are pressing forward. You can feel your back musculature rather than the bones. And then we want to stretch the legs. So Uttanasana, paying attention to the spine, staying relaxed here, but find your leg stretch. It might be one leg at a time. It might be both together, lifting kneecaps, quadriceps, sit bones. Ooh. Good. Now, if you press more into the toes, just noticing where you feel the stretch more, maybe higher in the back of the leg. Keep the lower back pressing down, pressing forward. Good. Maybe press the heels down a little bit more. Be light in the balls of the feet, toes, and you might be able to feel that stretch move further down towards the Achilles. Good. And then we'll release that and rolling up. Take your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana and Tadasana. Ooh. All right, we're going to try our balance again. And this time we're going to have the leg in front. And again, you're finding something that challenges you. And if you're wavering and you have to keep putting your foot down, it's fine. We just try to hold our balance. With that feeling of your mountain pose, the feeling the strength of your core body supporting you. Good. All right. If you can hold your foot, I want you to start trying to straighten your leg. So even if you can just get it a little bit straighter. Good. I'm going to put that side down. So if you're not up to holding your foot, you are up to tiptoes on the floor or holding your knee. You could try getting your legs straight by holding the knee. Let's do the second side. Okay, so if you're holding your knee, just trying to straighten your leg out a little more. We're just adding a little bit of challenge to where you're normally working, where you've got a bit comfortable. Good. And then releasing. Tadasana. 2 feet on the floor. Hip width and parallel. Lovely. We're going to do a little squatting. Heels out a little bit wider than your hips and toes turned out. And we're going to really counterweight with the arms out in front. And you're going to bend your knees as far as you're comfortable with. And you're going to bring your hips as close to your heels, but only so far as your heels can stay on the floor. So you might get halfway down. And we're really leaning forward to try and not roll back. And we're lifting the pelvic floor. And just exploring where the resistance is in your body here. Ooh. Good, and then press into your heels and lifting up. Okay, and we're going to do 2 more of those. So you're using it as an exploration. It shouldn't hurt your knees, and please don't hurt your knees. So sometimes the angle of your toes, if you've got your knees and your toes going in the same direction, generally it's going to be easier on your knees. So down again. We're keeping the heels on the floor, and it might mean you only go halfway. We're not hurting the knees. Keeping the heels down, heels down, heels down. And pressing or reaching the torso forward so you don't roll back. Pressing your heels and powerfully lifting up. Nice work. All right, for the third one, you can try bringing your heels so that they're only hip width distance. And you can keep your toes turned out, or you can even try with parallel feet. So it's up to you. It's all interesting, so long as it doesn't hurt your knees. So we're going to bring the sit bones towards the heels again. Try to keep the heels on the floor. Ooh. My heels are naturally turning in. Good. And then pressing into your heels to lift up, lifting the pelvic floor and arms up. Nice work. All right, we're going to sit down onto a blanket now to give us a little bit of height under the sit bones. You can try your sitting and not using your hands, or use your hands, use your wisdom. Okay. On the blanket, with our little bit of height, squeeze both your feet in so they're as close to your sit bones as you can. So we're emulating the squat, but without the pressure on the knees this time. Good. And see if you can get your upper arms on the inside of your legs and make a prayer position. And then we're going to coax the knees wide. We're going to press the hands and we're going to bring the bones of the spine forward. Lift the pelvic floor. This is a really nice way to practice squatting if standing squatting feels very difficult. So maybe you can't bend your knees so much, you can lean forward a little bit more, and the elbows would be against the upper leg. Otherwise, we're practicing our shape and intention. And imagine you could put more weight in your feet and even lift your pelvis off the floor. Whoa. Beautiful work. All righty. And then we're going to sit with the knees, or the legs, I should say, in a comfortable seated position. So that might be crossed legs or legs out semi-wide. We're going to make a wave, a spine wave, front and back. And that's chin to the chest. And then top of the head forward, top of the head up, and top of the head back. And the spine follows. What can really stretch the lower back. So notice if you're holding some tension there. Notice how this kind of gentle, subtle movement lets go of tension, or helps the body just let go. There's another direction. See if you can feel that. Ooh. Beautiful. Sitting up tall, and if your legs are crossed, change the cross of the leg. Paraverta, Sukhasana. Simple cross-legged twist. Let's turn to the right side to begin. I think I have a habit of always turning to the left to begin. Right side. Finding length. Noticing how it feels like you find your limit of movement, and it feels like that's the end of the story. Of course, it is not. Finding your breath. And as you exhale, notice that you've got room in your belly and the ribs to move more, to turn further, to look further behind you. Every exhalation, exploring that potential. The feeling of no limit. Let the boundary between breath and body blur. Feel yourself shaping around the breath, following the breath. Oh, and then turning back to the center and changing the cross of your legs. And turning to the left side. Finding your lift and length. That feeling of, I can't really move any further, of being stuck. And then bring your attention to your breath. Feel what is possible. Taking a peek into that potential. Breath and body becoming one. Awareness, breath and body. Edges blur. Ah, and then coming back to the center. And we're going to lay down. Bring your blanket underneath your hip. And take Baddha Konasana, like soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Take cactus-shaped arms, so elbows straight out from your shoulders and backs of the hands onto the floor. And with each breath, letting go of tension. We've made unusual shapes with the limbs, and so the body is in protection mode. Notice where you can let go. Again, feeling the flow of your breath and your body shaping around the breath. Gently bringing in your arms now, excuse me, and your legs. We're going to be laying with the feet hip width and parallel and the legs bent. Pick up your left foot and take hold of your left foot with your right hand. And we'll try to bring the left leg towards straight, or try to straighten it, even if it doesn't go to straight, but try to feel the resistance in the back of the leg. Good. And we're going to take that leg as straight as you're able to get it across towards the floor on the right side. Keep your left shoulder blade down on the floor and turn to look over your left shoulder. Put your left arm straight out from your shoulder or wherever it's most comfortable. And again, letting go tension. Appreciating the body's protection mode, but just now letting yourself. And then bring your focus to your core body. So as you lift your legs, your spine is really supported. Good. And then feet back on the floor. Pick up your right foot and take hold of your right foot with your left hand. And try to get your leg as straight as you can so that you feel resistance in the back of the leg. And we're going to take the legs over to the left side. The lower half of the body is rolling left. Upper half of the body stays relaxed on the floor. So right shoulder stays on the floor. Looking over your right shoulder. Letting go of tension. Using your core strength awareness to lift your legs back up and releasing that side. Hug your knees into your chest, rocking a little bit from side to side. And rolling over to your right side and coming up to sitting. Hands in front of your heart. And take the feeling of the practice with you. Namaste.